Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is the only tarot reading that I am aware of that focuses strictly on your manifesting ability, nothing else. So the interpretation of this tarot reading of 5 cards, the cards you see in front of you, this interpretation is going to be different than usual tarot readings. I want this to be hard-hitting. I want it for people who are willing to look at themselves in the mirror and say, okay, let's get down to it. Let's work and focus on manifesting better, taking control of our life, taking responsibility for our life. It's really what it boils down to. This gift of manifesting is a gift we all have at birth. And you've seen times in your life when you've exhibited some manifesting. Might be on a small level, might be on a major level. But we all have the capacity. It is kept down. It is held down. Oh yeah, a lot of people talk about it. But the actual practice of it is held down because if you really become good at manifesting, you become a danger. You're not able to be controlled. The people who run things don't like that. You can see what's going on in the world. One disaster after another, one hellacious situation after another. It's all meant to confuse you. It's all meant to throw so many things at you that you just give up. In fact, I was just at the grocery store just a little bit while just before doing this. And I was talking to some of the gals there at the cash registers, and one says, I'm not interested in politics. Well, there's a kiss of death. The other one said, yeah, you are. And then she took off and went a different direction. And then in the end of the conversation, she said, well, but I don't know really. Well, that lack of definition, that lack of enthusiasm, that lack of clarity and focus is what is the problem. Let's talk about it. Cards up top, card in the center is blessed. That's the central theme, right? And the number is 22, 2-2. So it's decisions. Could be 2 decisions. The 2-2 together could be a very deep decision. Something of great importance. And the 2 and 2 to add together is a 4, which is stability. So you're looking to really connect on a very, very, very deep level with something that will stabilize or secure your life. Being blessed certainly would do that. Well, very often that word gets kind of convoluted. People just use it like they use the word spiritual, and very often they don't mean the same thing every time they use it. So I did a little bit of looking, find out what does it mean to be blessed. Well, being blessed speaks to our inner state of well-being, the prosperity of our souls, if you will. Blessed is the experiencing the full impact of God's presence in our lives. So it's the cosmic connection to this energy that runs everything around us, as opposed to feeling outside of it, as opposed to feeling defeated or controlled by it. We make the connection. Divinely or happily favored is to experience that cosmic connection. So that's the whole point of it, is that you are looking much more deeply at that cosmic connection. You are feeling the full impact of God's presence in your life. So whether good things happen or not, you find the blessing. Very often things that are uncomfortable for us end up being a real blessing. We don't know it at the time because we're suffering. Our ego's involved. And we're suffering, having a tough time making our way through it. But if we can do that, it changes everything. It changes everything. Making and keeping that connection is probably the most important thing. Probably one of the most difficult things, because it takes not just viewing the big picture, but viewing the 5D. In the 3D world, Man, that's tough. Especially when they're throwing things at you to distract you all the time. So that's what we're talking about here. Being blessed, feeling that connection. First card on the left says, not so much. Not so much. It's the Ten of Swords. Swords are thoughts, ideas. Ten of Swords says that you're betrayed. You're let down. Feel stabbed in the back. Well, in large part, it is a product of your stinking thinking. You've been programmed, so it's not entirely your fault. But that connection we were talking about with the universe or God to feeling blessed has been broken. And so the Ten of Swords is absolutely perfect. You do feel victimized. You do feel stabbed in the back. But look at the card, and you see that nice yellow horizon. You may be down, but not out. And the next card is the Death card. It means you have to stop doing what you are doing. Death card is transformation, transition. It's shedding this idea that you don't have that connection, you don't feel that connection. Now, if you focus strictly on the 3D, and you got to do that. Jesus said, give to Caesar the things that are Caesar and to God the things that are God's. I mean, you got to take care of business, right? You got bills to pay, you got mouths to feed, you got a home, okay. But don't sell your soul for that. And that becomes very difficult because at that point, we lose that divine connection, if you want to call it that. We can't feel it anymore. So with that being the case, well, now all of a sudden, life becomes much more difficult. You become much more isolated. Which, by the way, is what they're trying to do with us, right? So giving up that 5D connection, or even attempting that 5D connection, means that you're putting yourself in a very, very, very difficult situation. You are trying to connect with the universal energy, spirit, whatever you call it. And by really investing yourself into 3D, you're being manipulated, abused, misused, confused. So what do you got to do? Well, you got to go to the next card. Four of Swords. He's in contemplation. He is looking for his truths. He's recuperating, recovering, de-stressing. Taking time out from the 3D to say, look, I know I got to pay the bills and I know I got to take care of certain things. Okay, gotcha. But is there a way that I can reconnect? Is there a way that I can feel this holy, happy, healthy presence, God's presence in my life? That doesn't mean you have to go to church, doesn't mean you have to read the Bible, but it does mean you have to reach out psychically, consciously. Reach out for the blessings. That's why you need this time away, to rethink everything, because otherwise you're going to go back to the Ten of Swords energy. You're not going to get anywhere. You got to end that. You got to kill that. You got to move to a place of solitude, reconnect, so you can get back your enthusiasm, the Ace of Wands. You can feel it. You can do it. You can be it. I know you can't see it, and depending on the day, you may not even get it at all. I get you. This is just a reminder. This is the perfect time to start to reattach to that cosmic joy and happiness, that centering that we all need. Feel the full impact of God's presence in your life. You got to open the door, but you're welcome. It's ready and waiting for you. All you have to do is choose. That's the reading for today. Back tomorrow again with another Tao Manifested Tarot reading. Hope you're with me. If not, between now and the next time, peace and blessings.